The date is October 16. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. A national stakeholder meeting to arrive at a consensus on a national anti-crime strategy is to be held tomorrow, Thursday, October 17. The Prime Minister made the disclosure in the House of Representatives while opening the debate on resolutions seeking to approve the continuation of states of emergency.
We discussed that there should be a national attempt at consensus around a crime-fighting strategy. And, Mr. Speaker, I am pleased to report that there is progress in that regard. The Leader of the Opposition and myself, facilitated by a civil society group, has started work in this regard, a positive step, a step in the right direction.
The process is reportedly facilitated by a civil society group.
Same way as I believe we have tackled some of our problems of high levels of debt and found the necessary will, we can find a path forward that will not depend on or will not be affected by the change in administrations. The problem did not emerge over a short period of time. And without doubt, the remedies will have to occur over a sustained period, and it will require sincere buy-in by all of us.
Dr. Peter Phillips believes the majority of Jamaicans will accept that violent crimes represent the major threat to the country's progress. Dr. Phillips hopes they will be able to arrive at some measure of agreement and consensus. In the meantime, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is reporting a 35% reduction in murders in Westmoreland, Hanover and St. James since the imposition of the state of emergency. The SOE in the parishes of St. James, Hanover and Westmoreland, which was declared on April 30, was extended until January 27, 2020, after a unanimous vote by 47 members of Parliament. The security initiative was set to expire on October 28. The House voted in a similar manner for the extension of the SOE in Clarendon and St. Catherine until January 18, 2020. The SOE, which was declared on September 5, was set to expire on October 19. The St. Andrew South SOE, which had been imposed on July 7 and was set to expire on October 5, was previously extended for 90 days. In the meantime, business hours are to be extended under the state of emergency in St. Andrew South Police Division.
The Western one is already done. So we will, hopefully by the end of this week, Minister of National Security, have the Gazette published with the extended hours. We're going to seek to make it similar to what exists in St. Catherine and Clarendon.
All businesses are now allowed to close at 11 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. 1,650 houses at Catherine Estates in St. Catherine are set to be built by China Harbour Engineering Company CHEC. The government, through the Housing Agency of Jamaica, HAJ, signed the $9.5 billion contract on Tuesday. Prime Minister Andrew Holness welcomed the public-private partnership agreement, which he said will be the largest undertaking of housing solutions in St. Catherine since the development of Greater Portmore in 1992. According to Mr. Holness, the agreement is based upon the design, build and finance model, which allows for affordable and efficient housing solutions. The Bureau of Special Investigation, which was established 20 years ago, has been renamed the Internal Investigations Unit. The announcement was made by Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson. Writing in the latest force orders. The commissioner said the unit will, among other things, conduct administrative investigation following police shootings. The unit will operate under the Inspectorate and Professional Standards Oversight Bureau, which is headed by Deputy Commissioner Selvin Hay. 22-year-old American Kyle Wiganell, a salesman of Indiana in the United States, has been charged in connection with seizure of 2 magazines loaded with 14 rounds of ammunition at the Norman Manley International Airport. A court date is to be set. The police report that about 11:10 a.m. on Sunday, the baggage area for the outgoing flights was searched and the magazines detected. In a follow-up story, former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson remains in hospital following a serious motor vehicle accident at his Upper St. Andrew home on Monday. Mr. Patterson reportedly suffered serious injury to his hip and knee. He is to undergo surgery at the University Hospital of the West Indies today. His medical team has reportedly said they expect the former Prime Minister to make a full recovery with the appropriate medical treatment. Schools across Jamaica have incorporated a Heritage Day into their curriculum as part of the National Heritage Week celebrations.
Today is National Heritage Day.
Jamaica's unique blend of cultures was on display as students turned up wearing vibrant and distinctive ethnic-specific clothing. The students also portrayed Jamaica's heritage through poetry, songs, posters, and photographs. National Heritage Week is being observed this week, October 13 to 21, under the theme All Heritage, a Great Legacy. The main activities for National Heritage Week will take place on Heroes Day, Monday, October 21, when the nation will pay homage to its 7 national heroes, as well as to everyday heroes who have dedicated their lives helping others. On Heroes Day, more than 100 people will be honored and awarded for their service at the National Honors and Awards Ceremony at King's House. Join PBCJ at 8:45 a.m. on National Heroes Day, Monday, October 21, for a live broadcast of the National Honors and Awards Ceremony. As we celebrate our heritage, reporter Tian Dowlat took to the streets to ask people she met the name of all 7 of our national heroes.
Sam Sharp, Marcus Garvey, George William Garden, Paul Bogle, Buster Manley, Norman Manley, and Nanny.
We have Marcus Garvey, we have Sam Sharp, we have we have Nanny of the Maroons, which is a heroine. We have Paul Bogle, we have George William Garden. And Marcus. Mr. Marcus already. So Marcus myself the first. Yeah. Yeah man, I them that one.
Paul Bogle, George William Gordon, Nanny of the Maroon, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Sir Alexander Bustamante, Sam Sharp, Norman Manley.
Garvey, Buster, Sam Sharp, Norman, Nanny, Paul Bogle. I will get on again. Which one missing? What's his name? The one from uptown, what's his name again? William Gard.
Michael Manley, Sam Sharp, Bustamante, Paul Bogle, George William Garden, Nanny of the Maroons.
The Caribbean's newest and largest Confucius Institute, which was built by the People's Republic of China at the University of the West Indies in Kingston, was officially handed over on Monday. The facility, which was constructed at a cost of $5 million, will replace the existing center on the Mona campus. It includes classrooms, administrative offices, a library, a lecture theater, exhibition area, small conference rooms, patio, a tea break area, a generator room and security facilities. In his address to the handing over ceremony, China's ambassador to Jamaica, His Excellency Tian Shi, said the new building, quote, is a gift from the Chinese government and the people to the government and people of Jamaica, end quote. The US dollar ended trading on Tuesday at Jamaican $137.80, up by 61 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. The Canadian dollar ended trading at Jamaican $107.17, up from $102.62, while the British pound sterling ended trading at Jamaican $174.06, up from $173.25. In regional news, more than 2 years after allegedly inciting a crowd at a political party meeting in Dominica's capital, former Prime Minister Edison James faced the courts on Tuesday.
The charge stated that on February 7, 2017, he was involved in incitement by encouraging, persuading, or instigating by words, causing persons to jeopardize the safety or endanger the public peace, following a United Workers' Party UWP meeting at which calls were made for the resignation of Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit. James is to return to court on December 2nd. About 70 witnesses are set to give evidence in the matter before the magistrate decides whether the case should go to the High Court. Former PM James joins UWP leader Lennox Linton and economist and former UWP candidate Dr. Thompson Fontaine, who were charged in connection with statements they allegedly made at the same meeting. After that meeting, several business places were vandalized.
200 delegates are in Trinidad to participate in the region's first ever Caribbean Congress on Youth and Adolescent Health this week. Trinidad's President Paula May Weeks addressed the opening ceremony.
I hope that this first Caribbean Congress on Adolescent and Youth Health, with its theme, Championing Our Wealth, Protecting the Health and Well-being of Adolescents and Youth in the Caribbean, would not be tarred with a talk shop brush, but will contribute to real policy and program shifts in our respective nations. I believe that everyone taking part in this Congress is well-intentioned and prepared to work hard to find solutions.
CARICOM Secretary General Irvin LaRocque says the prevalence of lifestyle diseases is a concern for regional leaders. He said the figures on unhealthy youth in the Caribbean is alarming.
That NCDs have implications not only for our health, it also has serious social and economic repercussions. Caribbean countries are among the worst affected by NCDs in the Americas. A recent study in one of our member states showed that the cost of dealing with NCDs is as high as 5% of GDP. We must all be aware of the 4 acknowledged risk factors for NCDs. These are unhealthy diet, physical inactivity, tobacco use, and harmful use of alcohol. That awareness must guide us towards behavior that minimizes the risks. Unhealthy diet and physical inactivity in particular are areas of significant concern with regard to childhood obesity. In the midterm, obesity in children represents the greatest threat to the health of future generations. In many CARICOM member states, the level of overweight and obesity is more than 30% in both primary and secondary school populations.
In Guyana, the search is on for 2 fishermen who were reported missing last week. Police are working with their Surinamese counterparts. It's suspected that the men were attacked by pirates while out at sea. Their boat was recovered along the shoreline. We get more from this Newsroom Guyana report.
20-year-old Marvin Tamisar left with 3 of his friends on a fishing trip to Suriname on October 5th. His mother has not heard from him since, and as she searches for him, she's prepared for the worst.
I live or dead and I still want to see him. If a part out of my body and I want to see him.
Marvin Thomasar had been working the high seas for 3 years. He would usually call home, but this time he didn't. Also missing is the 20-year-old boat captain Vishnu Siram, called Kevin. His sister remembers the night before he left for sea.
And he played with me and my mommy and my body and upstairs. And then morning time he get up and he kissed me and my body and my mommy and he told me that you're going now. And I'll be praying like you get a good trip to come out.
Kevin had taken up fishing, following in his father's footsteps. His mother said other jobs were hard to come by.
Actually, his father do this work. And then when he grow and he gets 17 years, he come out for school. But he tried to have an next job like somebody, but he don't have any job because he didn't have so much education, like to go and get the but anyway, he check around, he never get no job, find out. And he found in the fishing work and he kind of like it, and he started to work.
The boat the men were in was found abandoned Friday last at Wellington Park foreshore in East Berbice Quarantine with bloodstains. The engine and a piece of seine were also missing. Inside the abandoned boat, police found clothing that belongs to the fishermen, along with other items. The wife of Kewal Kisoon, known as Ajay, heard the news and went looking.
We find the boat, I go identify, I find out my husband's clothes and the bag and no sign of him. There was a chopper on top of the seine and at the side of the seine there were blood.
Kisoon's body washed ashore at a barrio on Friday with his hands and feet tied. On Sunday morning, the other young man, Lamar Petrie, washed up in a similar state at the very location.
I really want to see my son dead or alive. I want to see him.
With the bodies of 2 men found, those of the other 2 yearn for closure.
In sports, the Reggae Boyz remained atop Group C of the CONCACAF Nations League after beating Aruba 6-0 in their return leg on Tuesday night in Curacao. The result also sees the Theodore Whitmore coached team earning a 4th straight clean sheet. And that's the news. Thank you so much for watching.